Hey guys, you are welcome to Real Life Talk. My name is Lady C, and I've been talking about my journey to entrepreneurship. And I've asked myself countless of time, what is really keeping me going? Because sometimes I feel like packing up. But I realize that behind all, there is something called passion. And that is what has kept me going. Why does passion matter so much? I realize that passion is not just high. It's not just doing what you love, but it is the fire that keeps burning inside you. Why passion matters so much in our life, especially business, especially in a career. When you have passion, you show up different. You show up differently. You do not just work, but you build and create. That is what passion does. I want to define two things. Passion versus motivation. Motivation comes and go. But passion is the engine. It is not the fuel, or it is not the gas. It keeps the vehicle moving. And that's what passion is all about. How passion guides my journey. There's been so many occasions where I want to pack up, like I said earlier. But I realize that there is something in me that does not allow me to give up. The more I want to give up, the more I find myself collaborating with people doing so many businesses. The more I want to quit, the more ideas. You wake up in the morning and your head is just full of ideas. And there is a saying that ideas rules the world. That means that people with passion are people who drives the world. I'll give you a typical example. We've come across a lot of people who loses everything. I'm not talking about losing wealth. They've built business and they've literally lost everything. It crashed. Believe you me, people that has passion, when they lose everything, we've read stories upon stories, how some people start a business and they end up losing everything and then they start all over again. And I'll emphasize a little bit about relationship on this one. Guys, if you are passionate about relationship and you believe that you have to be in relationship and you trust yourself and you have passion for relationship, you know what happened? Even if the first one doesn't work, you will go for the second one. If the second one doesn't work, you will go for third one. If the third one doesn't work, you will go until you find what belongs to you. Is that right? That's passion. Let me give you an example. People who doesn't have passion, they are just motivated to do something. I'm telling you, when they go into one relationship and it doesn't work, that's it. I've come across people that tells me, look, I did this business and it did not work. I lost this money. And sometimes when they mention the money they lost, I'm kind of like speechless. It's like literally something that I don't even want to go there. It's not a lot, but they've given up already. That means that it's not their calling. I think I've said it several times on my channel that business is a calling. It is a calling because there's numerous times that some of us have lost. When I'm talking about lost, some of my business, we lose, but here we are. We're still standing strong. You know why? Because of the passion. It's like it burns. When you wake up, you've lost so much money just last month, and the next minute you are thinking of what can I do? Where can I get the next money? Where can I get the next cash flow to flow in? So that really gives me the oomph that, wow, this is definitely a calling. So guys, you might ask yourself, how do I find my passion? I think I've explained it all. How you find your passion? If you think, how can I find my passion? You're not the only one. Find your passion. What do you love? What do you do effortless? What can you do without money for months, for days, for years? Some of us, we do some things alongside where we don't get anything for it. But here we are. Something you are doing, you can see that there's no profit. It's like people who runs charity, people who volunteer. They don't make much out of it. But guys, they love it. That is the passion that keeps them going. So, what is your passion? I just want to touch on passion and discipline. Power duo. Let's be real. Passion is really not enough on its own. It needs structure. That's where discipline comes in. Because if you have passion and you are not disciplined, nothing is going to happen. And we know how important discipline is. And we use discipline in every aspect of our lives, right? Because we are disciplined to get to work on time. We are disciplined to do certain things. You structure. So I believe that as much as you will have passion, you should be disciplined as well. So that everything will be structured. So that you'll be able to achieve what you want to achieve with no time. Now, thank you very much for listening to Lady C. I've come to the end of my video today. And I always ask and I always say, what can you see? You see, where you see right now is where you saw. And where you are going right now, it is what you see. So how far can you see? That's the question I have for you, which I always ask you. Answer me. I want you to put your comments below and let's have a chat. I know a lot of you always send me voice messages. You send me WhatsApp messages. I really appreciate that. And that is very, very encouraging. And I do my best to always come back with all the answers. That's if I don't have the answers, then I'll find out from some of my colleagues that they are experts in that aspect. But the question I want to ask you before I round off, you see, if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you really want to go far, guys, I'm telling you, you need to go together. And can two work together except they agree? What am I talking about? You might be thinking, I want to do this business, but I'm not too sure. And look for somebody. Do venture business. Do collaborating business. It works. It will help you to find your passion. Thank you very much for listening to Lady C. God bless you.